हे गाइस, वेलकम बैक। इस वीडियो से हम एक नए फीचर पे काम करने वाले हैं जो कि होगा हमारा विश लिस्ट फीचर। विश लिस्ट क्या होता है? अगर यूजर को कोई प्रोडक्ट पसंद आए ही कैन ऐड इट टू हिज विश लिस्ट एंड लेटर व्हेन ही वांट्स टू बाय इट ही कैन मूव इट टू कार्ट एंड प्रोसीड फॉर चेकआउट। तो उसके लिए सबसे पहले हम एपीआई क्रिएट करेंगे। तो एपीआई के लिए सबसे पहले हमें एक एंटिटी ऐड करनी पड़ेगी जिसका नाम होगा विश लिस्ट आइटम। ओके, और इसमें सबसे पहली प्रॉपर्टी होगी आईडी। देन हर विश लिस्ट आइटम के पास एक प्रोडक्ट होगा। ओके, 1-to-1 रिलेशन। नेक्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी होगी प्रोडक्ट आईडी और हमें मैप करना होगा प्रोडक्ट को, तो नेक्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी होगी प्रोडक्ट। इसके बाद एक और एंटिटी हमें क्रिएट करनी है जिसका नाम है विश लिस्ट। ओके, एवरी यूजर के पास एक विश लिस्ट होगी, राइट। विश लिस्ट में सबसे पहली प्रॉपर्टी होगी विश लिस्ट आईडी, देन यूजर आईडी और फिर यूजर, एंड देन विश लिस्ट में मल्टीपल विश लिस्ट आइटम्स रहेंगे। इसलिए पब्लिक आई कलेक्शन ऑफ विश लिस्ट आइटम। ओके, और सेम हमें विश लिस्ट आइटम में मैप करना है फॉर नेविगेशन पर्पस विश लिस्ट की आईडी और विश लिस्ट। और यहाँ पे मैंने जेसन इग्नोर भी ऐड किया है क्योंकि व्हेनेवर वी फेच आवर विश लिस्ट it will also fetch wish list items, right? And in wish list item there will be again wish list, so it will create one cycle which will not break. To break that cycle we have added JSON ignore. Otherwise this wish list item will fetch wish list, then wish list will fetch wish list item, and this cycle keeps on going. Okay, once this wish list entity is done, then we have to register these entities in our data context. Okay, so here I have registered those entity. First will be wishlist item entity and second will be wishlist entity. After that we have to create interface, repository interface. So for each entity there will be one repository. So I wishlist item repository which is extending to our generic repository of I wishlist items, and same one more repository which is I wishlist repository which is also extending to I generic repository of wishlist item. After that we have to implement those repository interfaces in our repository folder. Same, we have to create one class which is wishlist repository, and then it is extending to our generic repository implementation where we have to pass wishlist, and also it is extending to our interface. Similarly we have to do it for wishlist items repository, right? And in constructor we have to pass data context. So now in our I wishlist repository there are two methods. First is get wishlist by user ID including product async, and second is get wishlist by user ID async. Okay, both will be returning us task of wishlist, but first will include products also in our wishlist items and second will not include products, right? So now let's look at the implementation of these two methods. So first is get wishlist by user ID async. So here we are just fetching the wishlist including wishlist items in it using user ID. Either it will write our wishlist or it will write null. Similarly, next method will do the same thing, but here we have to add one more. We have to chain one more method which is then include. So first it will fetch the wishlist. In that it will fetch the wishlist items, and in wishlist items there are products, so it will fetch the products then include. Okay, here also same thing, we have chained the first or default async method. So if it got any wishlist it will return that wishlist, otherwise it will return null. So with this our repositories are done. After that we have to create a service interface, I wishlist service interface. So it will have three methods. First will be get wishlist including product. Then to add product to our wishlist, there is one more method which is add to wishlist async, and then one more method which is remove from wishlist async. So it is taking user ID and product ID, and this add to wishlist async is taking input of DTO add wishlist items DTO. So let's see our DTO first. So here I have created one file wishlist item DTO which has two classes. First one is add wishlist items DTO. Okay, so it will have two property. First is user ID and second is product ID. And similarly, while returning a response from our API, we have to return a DTO. So for that I have created wishlist item response DTO, which will have this wishlist ID, product ID, and instead of product, it will have product response DTO. So in product response DTO, only those properties are there which we have to send it to user, and all the non-useful properties are not there in this DTO. So now we have to implement our service. So we have to create wishlist service class in our service folder, and it will be implementing our wishlist service. Okay, so here we have to inject a few services. First will be iWishlist repository, then second will be iWishlist item repository, and third will be iProduct repository. Now all this property I have assigned it to private variables, private read-only variables. Then first method is get wishlist including product async. So here nothing, just we have to call the method from our iWishlist repository, which is get wishlist by user ID including product async. And then in add wishlist, we are getting in items product user ID and product ID. So first of all, using user ID, we have to get the wishlist. Okay, so for that I have called a method which is get wishlist by user ID async. If wishlist is null, that means there is no wishlist created, means first time user is trying to add product. So in this case, we have to create a new wishlist. So here I have created a new wishlist with the user ID, which is coming from our DTO, and new wishlist items, and then we have to add it to our repository. Okay. After that, whatever product ID user is trying to add in his wishlist, we have to check whether that product ID is valid. So for that, we have called here product repository, and in product repository we are trying to access that product using get by ID async. Okay, and if product is not null, that means it is valid product, and if it is null, that means there is no product exists with this product ID. So in such case, we have to throw error that exception product not found. After that, once we got our product, we have to check whether the wishlist already has this product in it. So from wishlist, we are accessing wishlist item, and in wishlist item, we have chained any method where we are checking is there any item which has product ID equals to product ID which user is passing. So if it is true, so we don't have to add this product because it is already there in wishlist. Otherwise, we have to add the product. So for that, I am calling this method from wishlist items repository. Okay, add async, and here I am creating a new instance of our wishlist item. Okay, where I am passing this product ID which we are getting as an input, and then our wishlist ID which we have created here. You may also think that how we are getting this wishlist ID when here we have assigned only user ID and wishlist items. So whenever we call a save method, okay, so what EF core does is EF core save it and create a new record, and all the remaining property which is auto generated in our database, it will assign it to this instance of this class. So once the save method is called, this class will have its auto incremented ID, which will be identity column in database, and that we are assigning it here. Similarly, we have to implement our remove from wishlist method. Here also we are checking first whether user has any wish list. If there is no wish list, we have to throw error that wish list not found. Okay. Once we got our wish list, we have to access this wishlist item using product ID. So for that, we are first accessing the wishlist items from wishlist, and then on that we are calling first or default method where we are checking is there any wishlist items whose product ID equals to product ID which user wants to delete. If wishlist exists, we got wishlist, then we have to delete it by calling wishlist repository items repository and their method delete async. Otherwise, if it is null, then we have to throw error that product not found in a wishlist. Okay, with this our wishlist service implementation is done. After that, we have to create controllers. For that, I have created wishlist controller, and here we have to inject our iWishlist service and then automapper. For automapper, we have to inject imapper interface. Okay, so first method here will be get wishlist, so which will be writing our I enumerable of wishlist item response DTO which we have created in our DTO. So here same we are calling get wishlist including product async from our service, and if wishlist is null we are writing response as not found, and if we got our wishlist we have to map using our mapper. Okay, so in mapper there is method map, and then we have to pass what output we want. So here I want enumerable of wishlist response DTO, and source we have to pass. So source we are passing wishlist items. Okay, all the items. So here in response we will be getting enumerable of wishlist response DTO, and that we are returning as the output with OK status. The next method will be add method, add to wishlist, where we are getting our add to wishlist items DTO as a input from a body of request, and here I am generating our response DTO instance. Okay, then I am calling add to wishlist method from our service, and once this is done we are writing a success response with OK status that product added to wishlist successfully. Similarly, delete method we are creating where API is remove with user ID and product ID, and here also we are calling remove from wishlist async from our wishlist service method. Okay, and then we are writing the response that product removed from wishlist successfully. Okay, so with this our controller is also done. One more thing we have to do is we have to register our DTOs in our mapper. So mapping profile, here we have to register create map. Okay, and source from wishlist item to we have to map it to wishlist items response DTO, which is destination, and call this method. Okay, now let's test this API. So command is .NET run and launch profile, what profile you want to run. So by default it will be HTTP. I want it to run on HTTPS also, so I have passed the profile HTTPS. Hit enter. Okay, so our server has started. So now first of all I will check what are the user register in our current app. Okay, so here one user I have registered with user ID 1. Okay, so for this let's first get a wish list. Okay, so here I got a wish list for this user which I already created where there is one product. Okay, with product ID 9. After that I want to add one more product to this wish list for user ID 1. So for this we have to test our add API. Okay, so user ID will be 1 and product ID after 9 let's add 10 and execute. Okay, so it has added the product successfully to our wish list. Then let's once again check our wish list for user ID 1. Okay, so with product 9 initially there was only one product, now there is product ID 10. Okay, now let's test our delete API. For this we have to give it user ID and product ID which we want to remove. So I will remove product ID 9, execute. Okay, product removed from wishlist successfully. Let's once again try to access our wishlist. Okay, so here product ID is removed and there is only one product with product ID 10. Okay, so with this we have completed our wishlist API.